Good morning, my student, once again, student of SS1C. The topic we are seeing on the board is for second week of third term. By the time we resume as soon as possible, we shall examine this critically, but I want you to study this ahead of resumption time. That is, the topic is citizenship. You all know that all of us here are citizens of Nigeria, and some are not citizens of Nigeria. We have non-citizens and we have citizens in every particular country or nation state. For the benefit of doubt, a citizen is a bona fide member of a particular country. That is the simple definition of a citizen. I repeat, a citizen is a bona fide member of a particular country or a legal member of a particular country. That is the simple definition of citizen. Then on the other hand, citizenship underlines a reciprocal relationship between the nation state and individual, and involves an exchange of rights and duties, privileges and obligations. So that is what it's all about. The definition of citizen is different, and citizenship itself, that is what you are seeing on the board. The citizenship underlines a reciprocal, that is give and take. That is symbiotic relationship between the nation state and individual, and involves an exchange of duties and rights and duties, privileges and obligations. In the contemporary period, there are 5 ways in which citizenship can be acquired by individuals living in a particular community. It could be, number 1, by birth, by blood ties or descent. That is the case of parents or grandparents. They trace your origin to your parents or grandparents to determine whether you are a citizen of that country or you are not. That's what is meant by blood ties or descent. Then number 3 is by registrations. Citizenship by registration requires a particular set of people in the society, especially women, that intend to marry to an outsider, to a foreigner, or a foreigner getting married to Nigeria. For example, a Ghanaian woman who decides to marry Nigerian citizens, she has to undergo the necessary conditions that will qualify her to be a citizen of Nigeria. First of all, she has to undergo the necessary conditions, and by so doing, renounce the citizenship of Ghana country. Ghana as a nation. If all the conditions are being met, such a woman thereafter ceases to be the citizenship of Ghana, rather a citizen of Nigeria. That's what it means. So as a young lady in this country, if you get married to a foreigner, somebody is not a Nigerian, you are going to meet the requirement of that country in their constitution to enable you to be the citizen of that country. Such process is called citizenship by registration. If you have done the necessary registrations, you cease to be the particular citizen of that country, of one country, and remain the citizen of the other one. And the next one is citizenship by naturalization, which has to do with a total alien or a foreigner who decides to be the citizen in this country. The Nigerian government has a constitution, and there's a provision in Nigerian constitution that will allow somebody to be naturalized. For example, one who's supposed to be a citizen of Nigeria and you want to naturalize, you're supposed to live in this country for not less than 15 years and above, and must be of good character. And you must what? Pledge the the allegiance of Nigerian country. You must place the allegiance of Nigerian country. So you have to meet the requirement that will qualify you to be naturalized. A case of our former footballer Adebayo, who naturalized in Togo and qualified Togo for the World Cup. Up till now, he ceased to be the citizenship or to be the citizen of Nigeria, rather a Togolese, a citizen of Togo national. Then the next one is by citizenship by conferment. Citizenship by conferment has to do what somebody, an illustrious person, a successful man or businessman who has contributed immensely to a national growth of a particular country, the country may decide to confer such honorary citizenship on that person. In that case, that person may have a dual citizenship. That is citizenship by conferment. Confer on a particular individual, either like a case of Dangote. Let's assume that he has a cement industry in Cameroon and he has contributed immensely to the Cameroonian government. They may decide to confer citizenship on him, and in that case, he is qualified to have dual citizenship. He is a Nigerian and at the same time a Cameroonian. That's what is meant by citizenship by conferment. If you go through your textbooks, you still come across other forms of or means of acquiring citizenship. I want us to look at this clearly for the benefit of doubt. That is to say, various means or measures in which one can acquire citizenship. I've told you earlier on that one can acquire it by citizenship by birth. That is, if you are giving birth to a particular family, your both parents are Nigerians, grandparents are Nigerian, automatically you are a legal member of that country. And citizenship by blood ties, I've told you, it could be your parents, your grandparents, and the blood pattern. They will trace your origin or nationality to your parents or grandparents, which has to do with blood descent. Like the former president of US, Barack Obama, who learned that he is a citizen of Kenya, and they trace it to Kenya to be a Kenyan citizen. So that is citizenship by blood ties. The citizenship by registration, I've explained it to you. A lady or young single lady that get married to another country has to undergo the necessary registration, and before that person will become a citizen of that country, if it is accepted by the law. The citizenship by naturalization, citizenship by conferment. Not only that, as a citizen of a country, you are expected to perform some duties and obligations of the citizens. That's what we call social contract. There are some things that government is supposed to do for you, and as a citizen, you're also required of doing for your country. For example, the state government is supposed to make provision for infrastructure, basic infrastructures, or providing the basic needs for the society, the legal system, the health systems, infrastructure, all the social amenities supposed to be provided by the federal government. And in turn, the citizen is supposed to perform the following duties. That is duties and obligations of the citizen. They are supposed to perform the following duties. It's obligatory. First of all, by paying tax as at when due, vote in times of election, obey lawful authority, and be patriotic and loyal to the nation state. Not only that, to help prevent criminal acts, not to vandalize government properties, as the case may be, or give useful information to the appropriate security authority. And then help protect public property and help protect the sovereignty and integrity of the nation state. As law-abiding citizens, you have to protect government properties. Not only that, give useful information to the law enforcement agent to take appropriate actions against such a suspect or vandals. So my dear student, I want to urge you, as you stay at home, pending when we resume, you can reach me through the school WhatsApp or through my email through the following number 03587. Thank you and God bless you.